Plaintiff Javier Colon says he's known the defendant for over 20 years, and they attended the same church. Over the years, he and the defendant lost touch, and she became extremely eccentric and even claimed to be a psychic. Javier is suing his former friend today for breach of contract. Defendant Amalinda Llanos says when she and Javier were younger, their families were deep into their religion, and as a result, she and Javier became rebellious. Amalinda insists Javier is suing her prematurely.
All right, give me some background.
Well, I've known Amy for over 20 years. We used to go to the same church together and, hang out, do stuff together. And over the past few years, she's been a little bit eccentric. She's into like poetry, and she's telling me she's a psychic medium and all this stuff.
Are you?
But we all got to find out.
Psychic medium?
I guess, say that.
What am I here for? You know how this is going to turn out.
So, I guess...
Why'd you come?
Yeah, exactly.
She could have told you what was going to happen.
You're going to lose.
Go ahead, sir.
So we all got to find our niche in life, I guess. And even I myself growing up, at 18, I got kicked out of my parents' house, obviously for doing stuff they didn't agree with. And I was out on the street selling drugs off and on to make ends meet.
Where you guys from?
Rochester, New York, upstate. Probably about 2 or 3 years later, I was about 20, 21. The guys that I was hanging out with ended up killing somebody. So I moved to Florida just to get away from that group, get away from that situation.
Skip town.
Yep, yeah. Just got to get away from it.
Go run that name. Man.
You got that.
You're talking too much here today. His boys committed murder, and he just so happened to want to skip town.
I have nothing to do with it.
I'm finna find out what happened. What happened? Did he do it? Get your powers.
Snitch, I don't do that.
She knows.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So around 25, 26, I started to settle down and focus more on my career as an auto technician.
Good. Did you go and get training for that, obviously?
Yeah, through, dealerships that I worked
Tech school or through the dealership
Yeah,
itself? That's the best type of hands-on experience.
Free training, right?
Good.
And it's gotten to the point where now I'm a service manager.
Good.
And, I have my family now. I have a 2-year-old son that has cerebral palsy. And I know Amy has a son that has developmental needs too.
Well, I'm proud that you overcame those obstacles you were facing. You're a nice success story for people who are viewing. Let me hear from you, ma'am.
Okay, well, I know him from during the time when I was young. His family was deep embedded in the religion that we all was in, and we would have little gatherings, and it was very traditional, but we was rebellious. That's what we wanted to, we wanted to step aside from being just
something.
Yeah,
a lot of that
celebrate birthdays or holidays or anything. So, in
what
the
religion is that or denomination?
Jehovah's Witness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not putting it down.
Now, a lot of people rebel when it's too strict. Young people, in many instances, they rebel against it. It's just too strict.
Right. So in the midst of that, we went our separate ways, and we encountered our own journeys. And me as a child, I actually went through a lot with my stepfather. So in the midst of going through those situations, I couldn't physically do too much as a child. So I kind of lost it, and darkness was my friend. Yeah. And then I started encountering things. At first I was like, am I schizophrenic? I'm hearing voices and people telling me their story. And I'm like, who are you? You know what I mean? So I became psychic, I want to say, through dreams that actually helped me. I was in a whole situation where being in a home invasion or, going through a robbery, things of that nature, but it's actually saved me because I was in the midst of the reality. When I woke up, I was in my dream type thing. I was astral traveling.
All right. What do you call it?
Astral traveling.
Astral traveling?
Yeah, astral projection. And I had realized that I had a gift, but it was so taboo. My mom was like, that's demonized, that's demonial, And I'm like, well, it's a part of your daughter. What do you want me to do? These visions become real, and then it could kind of engulf you in flames. You're like, ah. Yeah, I don't want that.
All right, well, let me get to him, but let me know if you come up with anything on me. I would like
You
to know
never
ahead
know.
of time. Go ahead. All right, sir. Tell me about the contract she breached. What is this about?
So I sold her in June of 2017. I sold her a Nissan Maxima for $4,000. And she made one payment, and then like 2 months went by, and then she made another payment, and that's the last payment that I got
knew
from
you
her.
weren't going to get your money. I thought, no, that's
Well,
her psychic.
I was going to say, I'm not the psychic medium. So.
Oh, she's one. Okay.
Yeah.
So what did she tell you in terms of getting your money?
She would tell me, I mean, she came up with all
What's the
kinds of
last
reasons
excuse?
why, but she told me she was going to give me the money in February when they got their taxes.
Oh, yeah. See,
I
like
never saw
said,
that.
Like
so.
I just said, you
Yeah.
should have known you wasn't getting your money back. You don't have to be psychic to know when somebody tells you their income tax come you didn't pay.
Right. Yeah. So.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
sir.
she breached on. I got a promissory note
Let's
and
see it.
everything, and she breached that.
Thank you.
Ma'am, you tell me if you told this man income tax.
He was trying to be his here I come to save the day, but he can't even save his hairline. So at the end of the day, when it's all said and
Stop
done,
that. Stop that.
it's all
I
in
don't allow
fun.
personal attacks like that.
I mean, come on, he's
Come
trying
on
to
now, I'll
make it seem
defend
like I
him in a
wasn't trying
minute,
to
so
make a
stop.
payment.
I defend people from personal attacks, so stop.
All right, this is how it had happened. He did allow me to buy the car because of my circumstances with having a child with autism. And, I do agree on that. However, I ran into some dire economic hardships. I ran into problems. My son was
What's wrong with his
damaging-
hairline? I keep looking over there. You done talked about the man's
You
hairline.
see?
I haven't heard anything you said since then.
We
I'm
not
over
gonna
here
do
feeling
everything.
sorry for the man, and I'm looking over there. How bad is it? How bad is it? Trying to listen to you.
Lord have mercy.
Looking over there, about to feel sorry for. There ain't nothing wrong with that man's hairline. Go ahead. So
Nelly
what?
Wap
Start
already
over,
blocked.
because I ain't hear what you said. You needed a car. I know that. I heard your son's challenge. I heard that
I was
part.
like, basically, I had different little hustles. Like I was doing Uber and stuff, picking up women with children for $5.
Mm-hmm.
I had to make some kind of living. He was the option. Okay, he got a car. Okay, I got the money. But I ran into problems. I didn't know my son was gonna go ham and destroy the walls to the new place I just got into. Like he lost it. He broke everything. He made a whole nother room into another room.
Your son with the challenges.
Yeah, so then I had to go to court over these issues. Mind you, I don't have stable income. So I'm like, oh man, so how am I gonna juggle the two? My magic wasn't working then. So long story short, I ran into different things. You know what I'm saying? And I said to him, well, I'm gonna wait to get my tax money, and when I get it, I'm gonna give it to you. I didn't get it yet. I'm still waiting on it myself. Trump, where's my money? Like Cardi B said, like I'm serious. Where's my income tax?
She's a piece of work.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna grant you the judgment. $2,650 is your judgment. Good luck to you. Please
Thank you.
don't put nothing on me. I'll
not.
try to be nice as I can. Don't
I
come.
might not
Don't do this.
Thank you.
Don't do that to me. Oh Lord, she's doing it.
No.
Take care, guys.
He's gonna say hallelujah.
Take care.
All right. Thank you, guys. Just turned out. It should have turned out. You got to pay what you owe. That's
He doesn't need to be saving too many people. They don't want to be saved.